Very good evening and welcome to this week's episode of Your Manchester. How are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
I've got a little special thing.
Well, is that to improve the signal or something? Is that what's going on there?
Hello, everybody. For the first time in 6 years, we are now coming to you in 4K.
Yes,
everybody.
We are. It's frightening. I've never worn so much makeup.
It's very, very scary. We've come at you from such a distance. I can't tell you where the camera is. Let's just say it's in a different country altogether. In order for us. How are you?
I'm well. I've not seen you in a while.
I
Oh,
know.
you've been away.
I've been away. I've been to France.
Oh, have you?
I went and saw the Norwich Opera House.
Oh, it's
I
lovely,
went
isn't
and
it?
saw the Eiffel
Yes.
Tower. I didn't go up it because it's like a 5-hour queue.
Oh,
Bothered.
I had a VIP pass.
Once you're halfway up, it looks no different to Blackpool anyway. So,
was it a romantic getaway?
It was a lovely
Yeah.
Me and the husband Winston. We had a lovely time.
Lovely.
Really lovely time.
Lovely.
And then we went to Disney.
Oh,
And I went on the most, I queued and almost went on this ride called Tower of Terror.
oh, I've been on that in America.
Yes, no, I did it in America
Yes.
because I didn't know what it was about. This time I was a little bit more savvy. I knew what it was about. And we literally queued and I put one foot into the little lift area
Yes.
and I turned around to the little French lady and I went, no. And I walked off, which
Oh.
actually turned out to be more exciting because you get to see the behind the scenes area.
And it's a good job you know the language, isn't it?
No.
That's good. Well, we can arrange to do that with the lift here at the studios after
Well,
the
you
show
lift
if you
off,
want.
you know, it's not natural.
I know what I know.
It's not right and it's
No.
not good and it's not proper.
No.
You've had a busy few weeks though, haven't you?
I-
Few months actually. We were all delivered a couple of weeks ago.
Yes.
Your soft back.
Yes, well, I haven't bought one out in hardback. No,
It's difficult to get hard these days though, isn't it?
it certainly isn't.
Mm.
It's more expensive.
It is. So you've got a book out. Tell everybody
Yes.
what's it called? What's it all about?
It's called With Friends Like These, and you're on the front cover. Yes,
We're sat next to each other like that couple off Viz, aren't we?
we are. But yes, it is it's a bit of a memoir, and it's full of anecdotes about people that I've met and known, a lot of show busy things. Judy Goodger's in there, and Roy, and Jill Summers, and Daniel LaRue, and all kinds of people.
It is a fascinating book. You've got so many different.
Have you
chapters
actually
in
read it?
I have read it.
Oh, have you?
Yes, I have.
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought I'd better. To be
Yeah,
honest
you went
with
straight to see what I'd said about you.
Well, you see, that just proves I've read it because I've not got a chapter named after me. I'm just segueing in.
That's
So,
true.
That's fine. So yes, I have read it. It is very, very good. It's available Amazon.
Amazon.
Lovely. What do
Yes.
we search for? Going on Amazon
If
now.
you look either under my name, which is Mark Llewellyn, in case
Don't
you didn't
bother
know,
doing that. It's got too many L's.
or just type in With Friends Like These.
It's wonderful. We've got a great show today.
Yes, we have, haven't we?
Yes.
I have no idea what's on it, but we have. We're talking to the High Sheriff of Greater Manchester.
Doesn't that sound
I
so
feel like that,
medieval?
don't you?
I know, yeah.
Yes.
10 miles and still no sign of dick. I love it. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I've also been out talking to Jamie Guinness and Vera Chalk about the
Oh,
222 A Ghost Story. Currently on
yes.
at the Lowry.
We
And
like
if you're
that.
listening to this now, make sure you get your tickets immediately. Apparently
yes.
It's selling out like hotcakes.
If you want to be grabbed by the ghoulies, that's for you. Yes, last week I did manage to speak to a magician down the line from Ireland. So, first thing I'm going to do,
Yes.
I'm going to change into a new outfit.
Puff.
And as if by magic, we're now joined by our next guest on the show. He was one of the finalists in last year's Britain's Got Talent, and he's about to go out on a national tour. Cillian O'Connor, hello.
Hello, Mark. It's an honour to be here. I can't wait to get started, so let's get started.
Absolutely. Now you're doing this tour, you're all over the place. You're coming to the Lowry Theatre in Salford, just down the road from us here, on July the 21st. What's going to be in the show?
Well, it's just going to be amazing. Families are going to love it, and I'm really excited. As Salford, the theatre, it's where my BGT journey started, and it's where some of my inspirations have also performed. For instance, Izzy Simpson back in 2017.
Fantastic. And you've got other act with you, haven't you? So tell us about that.
Yes, so I have my special guest Rylan Petty joining me for the tour. He's going to be across all the tour dates. It's ran by my management company, Gag Reflex, and my magic director, Russ Stevens.
Excellent. Oh, yes, I've seen Russ perform, actually. So has he been a big influence on you?
Yeah, he would have been a big influence on me, as he would have helped with my Britain's Got Talent act, my America's Got Talent act, and now with my tour.
Absolutely fantastic. So how did you first get into magic? Who kind of showed you that first trick that reached into your imagination?
Well, the first trick I was ever shown was from my uncle Desi. He showed me this trick right here.
Oh.
But the main reason that I got into magic was seeing Izzy Simpson on Britain's Got Talent in 2017.
Mm-hmm. And what does it feel like for you performing in front of people?
Performing in front of people is just, sometimes it's nerve-wracking, but I've gotten used to it since BGT, and it's great because I'm able to share my story.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And will that story be kind of forming part of the narrative of the show?
The story will be involved in the show, yes, of course. My story being how having autism was kind of pulled me back, but because I got into the magic, I was able to move forward, and being able to show people that if they put their minds to it, they can achieve anything.
And autism, you know, I guess with lots of different things, people say, oh, people suffer from this, people have this, as if it's a negative. It's a positive, isn't it?
Yeah, it definitely is a positive, because you can use autism as a benefit. For instance, I have an incredible memory, and I can show you that now.
Okay.
So here I've got a mixed up deck of cards.
Right.
Now, I'll mix it up fairly quickly, just like this. And then I'm going to try and memorize the entire deck.
Wow.
There we are, completely mixed up. Now I'm going to give myself just 5 seconds to memorize this deck. Go. Done. Now, you may not believe me, so I'll prove it to you, Mark. What I'd like you to do, just name any cards.
Okay. 8 of hearts.
The 8 of hearts is in the 39th position. You bring it down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, and in the 39th position, the 8 of hearts.
Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely amazing. I'm guessing this is very much a family show. I know at the Lowry you're doing an afternoon, a matinee.
Yeah, so it's a show that families can enjoy. An hour and a half, 90 minutes. So you won't be disappointed.
Mm-hmm. And lots of audience interaction?
Lots of audience interaction, yes. You know, I just can't wait for it. And, you know, my special act, Ryland, he's very excited for it as well.
Absolutely fantastic. Amazing. Well, I hope you enjoy the tour. It's been a pleasure to have you on the show, and keep amazing people. Yes.
Absolutely. He's going to go far, you know.
Yes, to Salford, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now then, Ghost Story is here in Salford as we speak, everybody.
Yes, we're very Salford.
We are,
yes.
Salford-esque. It's
yes.
the Lowry's.
Yes,
one of my favourite venues at the moment. Now, we were there yesterday. I was there in my nice suit.
Yeah, I saw a photograph of you there. Yes, with Jay McGuinness.
With Jay McGuinness.
Have you been going out there a long time, or?
No, but I intend to. He's always been the wanted.
Following a sellout Halloween run last year, Danny Robbins' Edge of the Seat supernatural thriller 222 A Ghost Story returns to the Lowry. The show's record-breaking UK tour concludes at the Lowry from Tuesday the 4th to Saturday the 15th of June. Well, we are here today at Odsal Hall in Salford, and we are very, very exciting, for we are here for the press day of 222 A Ghost Story. We had the pleasure of watching this just a few months ago, actually. And may I say, this was the one where I commented on just how scary this actual show is. It's definitely a culmination of scary and immersive theatre. It stars Jay McGuinness, Fiona Wade, George Rainsford, and the fabulous Vera Chalk. Right then, everybody, we've been talking about this very, very scary play, and we're now joined by
Jay McGuinness.
Vera Chalk.
fabulous. This is scary, isn't it?
It is. Play? It's got a lot of atmosphere. Oh, the play.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's jumpy.
Not here. This is just my back parlour. It always looks like this.
Your back parlour.
Yes, thank you.
I love your back parlour.
Thank you.
Yeah, the play is spooky, tension, and jumpy. I'd say.
Yeah.
Funny as well, though.
But I would say that if you're not into ghost stories, or if you're like a bit sort of a nervous disposition, I think it's fine because it's very entertaining. It's not like really scary.
It's not horror.
No, it's not. It's not really horror.
But isn't every story at its essence a ghost story? When you think about it.
Philosophical.
Thank you. That was the intelligent part of the interview done. So, what are people coming to the show? What are they seeing? What is the story? Give us a bit of detail about it.
It starts with Jenny, who is alone in the house and her baby, and she's starting a dinner party. She's convinced at 2:22 a ghost arrives, and then her and her husband have to throw this party. He doesn't believe in ghosts. She does. Their old school uni friend, played by Vera, Lauren, arrives with her Cockney builder, Ben.
Yeah, my toy boy Ben, the builder.
Toy boy. How's that for you?
Oh, well, he fills
The gap.
the gap.
This is going remarkably my kind of cup of tea, everybody.
He fills the gaps. And yeah, she's come to show him off.
Yeah.
But things don't go according to plan. She drinks a lot. She's a hot mess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah?
Yeah.
Has that been difficult to research?
I did have to go drinking, especially for this show. You've seen me
Yes.
drunk.
Yeah, we love a drunk cry.
Yes.
The cast, I think, are pretty good at that.
Yeah.
And we do that on stage too.
Okay. It's not real alcohol you're drinking.
Oh, no.
I mean, it's one thing to have spirits, but it's another thing to have spirits.
Yeah.
That's twice, everybody. Twice. There we go. So, it's not as simple as all that, is it, though, the story? It's quite an intense story, really, isn't it? I mean, there's a lot of food involved.
There is a lot of food. There's some sort of stuff about gentrification and class system, about whether or not Jenny is like a mad woman, and we're like, we don't like that kind of misogynistic stuff, you know? So there's themes, but there's also laughter and some snogging.
Some snogging?
Yeah.
There is some snogging and slapping as well.
Yeah.
Is there?
I mean, we really go through it. Everyone drinks a little bit too much during this dinner party. They wait until 2:22 to see if a ghost arrives. And during that, you can imagine how tense you'd get, especially if you only planned on being there until 11:30. Imagine being invited to stay a bit longer. I'd be devoed.
You've done Manchester quite a lot. In fact, the first time I ever met you, you were sat outside what was Key 103, and you were sat there with your lovely group.
Yeah.
And you were trying to shuffle up some business to make everybody aware that you were a pop group.
Yeah.
And I stupidly, everybody went, oh, not another one. That went quite well for you, didn't it?
Yeah, it did go quite good. I remember that. I remember when we did the radio tours, and you're just crossing your fingers it all goes well. And we had lots of really, really, really powerful and determined people behind us, but you really never know if it catches light. And I'm so glad that it did, and all 5 of us were so lucky that it did.
And this is so. What's your favourite then? You've obviously had a wonderful pop career. You've obviously just entering into what I think is just the tip of the iceberg for your acting career. So, touch very expensive antique wood. If it was there on a plate for you, you could choose either the pop or the acting. Which would you go for?
So interesting. Me and Vera were just talking about what's to come, and I said the next thing I want to do is just acting. I want to see where this goes, and I've enjoyed this process with the squad so much, and I'm still in front of audiences, so my ego is being scratched, and this show in particular is really interactive. So I loved it, and I'm trying to stick in this world if it'll, for as long as it will have me.
He's a writer as well.
He's a writer.
And do you know that Vera has just published a poetry book called Angry Yellow Woman, which is available now?
But Jay's Blood Flowers, he's on the 2nd book now because Blood Flowers is doing so well, and he's got fans everywhere. He's been doing book signings while on tour with this show. What?
You got to give her a compliment back now.
No.
She's fit.
Okay.
Anyway, so Jay is multi-talented, and I guess he'll keep writing and performing and making.
Have you
everyone happy.
felt the need to give any tips on the acting to this gentleman?
Oh no, Jay gives me acting school tips all the time. Bigger is better.
Bigger is better. These are some in the wings. Have a little drink.
Have a drink.
That
That's what
shows that
Jay-
she drank.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you see that?
Yes. No, I felt that.
Yes.
Deeply. Yes.
You know, so thank you, Jay. I'm really grateful.
J School of Acting coming to a theatre near you.
There we are. It's wonderful, isn't it? Now, to cut to the chase here, why should people, because this has been going around now for a little while, this 222, with various different casts, including I do believe local, but why? Why should people come and watch this show?
We have got such a great ensemble energy, so it really makes our cast fizz on stage. I think we're so happy to act together, to play together, and I think the chemistry. And also, I think you're the first actor to play Ben as a toy boy Ben, and that is new. All the other Bens have been like older geezers, which is a different dynamic. But this is like a young, sexy Ben.
Oh.
Gentle Ben.
Gently benning in.
So, this is coming from the 4th to... this is coming from the 4th to... My mind's going elsewhere now. This is coming from the 4th... Not coming. This is happening on the 4th to the 15th of this month over at the Lowry. In 3 words, sum up why people should see this show. 3 words only. Be a writer. Go.
Happy, thrilling night.
That is quite amazing. 3 words from yourself.
Fun, sexy, and smart.
Well, this wonderful show is coming to the Lowry from the 4th to the 15th of June. It's supposed to be very, very scary. I love that. Check it out, everybody. Get your tickets right now.
Now, rarely have we had a guest on the show who's been appointed by a monarch, but our next guest has been appointed by 2 monarchs.
Appointed.
Appointed. Yes, we're joined by Eamon O'Neill, the High Sheriff of Greater Manchester. Hello, Eamon.
Hello, Belinda and Mark. Lovely to be with you. Thanks for having me.
This is quite fantastic. Just going off what Mark was saying there, you have been appointed twice by different monarchs. So what were you appointed as? And I mean, that was quite a tick in the box, isn't it, really?
Yeah, it's interesting. So both Mark and I are Deputy Lieutenants of Greater Manchester. And so just to give it this broad background, each county has a Lord Lieutenant. And the Lord Lieutenant is the King's representative in the county. And the Lord Lieutenant would have a number of deputies, and Mark and I are 2 of them. Every year, once you're appointed, you remain a Deputy Lieutenant until you're 75. But alongside that, each county has a High Sheriff, which is slightly different, and it's an annual appointment. It changes every year, and it's very unusual for anybody to be High Sheriff twice. It's very, very unusual to be appointed by 2 different monarchs. So I was appointed in 2020 by Queen Elizabeth II, and in this year by King Charles III, obviously. And I think that was because partly the first time round it was the COVID years, so it was a difficult. Well, it wasn't difficult. It was a challenging time, so I'm getting another go at it.
I mean, the High Sheriff kind of, you think of Robin Hood and things, don't you, Eamon? What are the duties of the High Sheriff?
Yeah, well, it's a good point, Mark, because when I'm explaining this to mainly young people, but everybody else as well, I do refer to the Sheriff of Nottingham. So if you go back to all those days, the High Sheriff is the oldest secular appointment in the country. It goes back thousands of years, well, 1,000 years. And if you imagine those days, the king, as it nearly always was a king, wouldn't have that much direct control over everybody in the land. So they appointed a sheriff in every county, and the main duties were to collect taxes on behalf of the crown, to raise an army, to be judge and jury, to raise a posse, to chase baddies, and to oversee public executions. So that's carried on. It's all ceremonial now, of course. There's no public executions, thank God. We don't raise taxes, we don't raise a posse, we don't raise an army, but we are still nominally and ceremonially the head of the judiciary in the county. So you work closely with the High Court judges. So it's a kind of a ceremonial job that doesn't attract a single penny in payments or expenses. So you do it for the benefit of the community. And you're supposed to uphold the dignity of the Crown. And for me, the most important thing is it gives you an opportunity to celebrate and to share the great news about all the good work being done in the county, Greater Manchester in our case, by all the charities and good causes, which is phenomenal.
Just before we let you go today, having these titles within yourself, Deputy Lieutenant, and of course the High Sheriff, how does that make you feel? Is it an honour for you?
Oh, it's a great honour, Belinda. Yeah, it's a real honour, and I think that not everybody thinks you should be doing it. Not everybody agrees with the royal family, for example. Not everyone is a royalist. But I think even if you're not, you recognise that when you are asked to take up a position like this, it's an opportunity for you to try and increase the influence you might have to tell the story of others. So I see it as a great honour, but I don't dine out on it. I'm not one for all the pomp and ceremony. Obviously, that comes along with it. You've got to join in, and I've got a uniform and a sword and all of that stuff. But I think I see it more as an opportunity for me to spread the word about. So, for example, the charities I'm involved in, chair of one called Prevent Breast Cancer, which is based at Windsor Hospital, which speaks for itself. Chair of the Diane Oxbury Trust, which we set up when Diane died a few years ago now. I'm a trustee of Francis House Children's Hospice, a trustee of Once Upon a Smile, which is a Trafford-based charity that looks after children who've been bereaved. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. The High Sheriff Trust, the Diocese of Salford, Caritas, which looks after homeless people and refugees and others. And then I'm a patron of Wythenshawe Waste Warriors, which is a great bunch of people who clean up Wythenshawe, and Ticker Club, which is a group of people who look after patients who are going through or have been through heart surgery with Wythenshawe Hospital. So me getting these positions allows me to tell their story in a broader sense.
Well, there we are.
I find it fascinating,
isn't it?
I really do. I think I didn't know much about these until obviously you kind of got your appointment, and I just think that the more you look into it, the more that you see it's not all about being pomp and ceremony, as you mentioned there, Eamon. There is actually a lot of good with that comes with having this title, and that's fantastic. For now, though, Eamon, thank you so much for your time today, and thank you for everything you're doing.
And thank you for everything you do. The two of you do great work. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Eamon
Thank
O'Neill.
you.
Thank you.
Now we're almost at the end of the show, but we've had a bit of exciting, dramatic news from the Cobbles, haven't we?
It's been ever so dramatic.
It
News that I never thought I would hear.
Yeah. So Helen Worth, who plays Gail Platt and has done for 50 years. Yes. She's announced that she is going to be leaving the show.
I mean, that is a big decision to make.
It is, yes.
She's had 50 years, and I'll say it as it is, of proper money, proper fame, and proper job security.
She has, yeah. And I have to say, having met Helen quite a few times, done some corporate stuff with Helen, she is delightful.
She's a nice person.
Oh, she's absolutely lovely.
I remember many years ago doing some extra work. When I was just...
Before you were a star.
Before I was a young woman. I was a young man, and she was just delightful. And the director kept telling her off though, because she was quite quiet. And we were in an arcade, and she had to be loud, and she wasn't loud.
Right. Okay. Well, against you, I would imagine very few people are loud enough. So anyway, we say congratulations for all the hard work, Helen, and we wish you much success and a joyous time in retirement.
And thank you for everything. And I, do you know what? I'm already excited about how they'll exit her.
Yes, absolutely.
They better not kill her off.
Oh, I hope not. No. And what will happen to Audrey? Stay tuned. Well, we have come to the end of our show, you know.
We have indeed.
Yes, it's been rather lovely.
It's been fun, and it's been filled.
It has indeed. Overfilled, one might say.
Overfilled, yes, indeed. Thanks everybody for watching. Make sure you check out the podcast this week. You're doing something special on that, aren't you?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Well worth tuning in for.
And by special, it means we're listening. Make sure you check it out. Make sure you check out all our socials as well, because remember, this show without you is nothing. You because we believe firmly here at Your Manchester that every story counts. Thanks for watching this week's episode of
Your Manchester.
It just goes over like that. That's it. Yeah. There you go. We got that in there. Look marvellous.
Thank you.
We just need Mary Magdalene in here now. There we go. Mary Magdalene. There we go. Look at that, everybody. Ave Maria.